Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Derrick. Derrick is from Illinois in the USA. So let's see what Derrick has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello Derrick, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
Pretty good. It's been a day getting ready for getting my nerves up for the interview kind of a thing. I'm a pretty reserved fella.
Oh, thanks so much for, challenge yourself and, take the time to connect with me.
I appreciate it. I do.
So tell me where you're from.
Middle of nowhere, Illinois. Mount Vernon, Illinois to be exact. It's kind of just a crosshair between St. Louis and Evansville. It's just a kind of basically just a big truck stop city. There's like 3 truck stops there, and that's all. It's
Wow.
interstates. The only thing keeping that place alive.
And that's the place where you're born and raised?
Yep. My dad's side of the family is from Arkansas, and my mom's side of the family is from Illinois. So,
Ah.
hmm
And you have siblings as well?
I have 4 brothers.
Wow, big family.
They all varying looks to them for sure.
You are the youngest, the oldest, the middle?
I'm the middle of my mother's 3. I have 3 half siblings, 3 half brothers, and 1 full brother. So,
I see. And how far are you from Chicago?
like 4.5 hours if I'm, on it and without any stops or anything. It's a pretty good drive, but it's worth it to get out of the gay island. I like to say me and my husband live on. We live down in the south, and there's not a lot of other gay men around, and if there are, they're closeted gay men. So
And what do you
that's
do for
one thing.
work? What do you do for work, for living, Derrick?
I do estate sales. That's when someone passes and I sell their household goods. I refurnish mid-century furniture and resell it. I work on MacBook, jack of many trades. The list would go on and on, but the main thing was construction with me and my husband. We did that. We're still doing construction for, God, it's been 11 years now. Time flies when you're having fun.
Wow. And your husband is from Illinois as well?
Well, he was born in Oklahoma, but born and raised or not born, raised in Illinois. But his dad was an oil man, and they were over in Oklahoma when he was hatched.
Amazing. I like that when he was hatched. Right,
Country
Derrick.
things.
So during the interview, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your point of views, okay?
Okay.
So before we start our journey within the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself? Something that not many people know about you?
I don't know the most interesting thing about myself, but I a lot of people don't realize I went to art school. Just looking like the carpenter I am most days now. Before I was married, I used to dress a lot nicer, I would say. Not so
That's
blending
nice for
in.
me. That's nice for...
Lumberjack flannel.
So you're also married before?
I wasn't married before. Me and Jared have been married for 7 years now.
Wow.
And been together for 11. And those whole 11 years we've worked and lived together. And I mean, work construction, go home, live together for 11 years. I think the most time we've spent apart is probably 2 weeks within 11 years, like the whole time, which is really saying something if you can stand to be around somebody at work and then at home.
That's
I think
sweet.
you can make it.
Amazing. Very good. Derrick, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views? Amazing. Ready for the game? Amazing.
Always.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend, okay? Okay, full of random fun questions. I'm just going to play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Let's do it. Okay, Derek, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, if you were to raise a child, what are the most important things would you like them to learn?
I've not that I can't answer the question, that's not it. I could, but I came up to the decision a long time ago that I didn't want to have kids, or me and my husband both did that. Like, I mean, going into a store and you hear a kid having one of their tantrums, that's, enough to make you where you don't want to have children. And I love kids. I do love my nieces and nephews, but I don't think I could devote the time a child would need to be a good parent. My childhood was rocky, so I just didn't want to, I don't think I would want to, not that I'd have raise a kid up in a rocky environment, but there's always that fear that you're going to mess up like your parents did, sort of a thing. But lately, I've had a few married couples ask me for donations, quotation marks. Something like that I've thought about, just to help somebody out that can't. And it's a lot of straight couples where the husband looks a lot like myself, like similar build, skin tone, sort of things like that. I thought about it. I have, but I didn't want to really jump into it. And when I was younger, I wanted kids. I wanted all that. But it's kind of shifted. And I had a rough childhood, and I had to raise my parents. So I think I've already raised my children in a way. So I'm focusing on myself more recently, and that sounds kind of selfish, but I've focused on so many other people the last 35 years. It's time for Derrick to focus on himself.
Absolutely. When you say about you had a rocky childhood, it means that was rough for you. It's quite difficult.
There was just a lot of drug use in my childhood home. My mom had her struggles with addictions because she was a single mother raising 3 boys in nowhere, Southern Illinois. And my mom, my dad's rugged. My dad's a handsome man, but he's very rugged. A man's man. My mom's gorgeous. Well, she's passed. She was gorgeous. She was almost like my little Barbie doll, or life-size Barbie doll as a kid.
Wow.
She had double D giant. That's why I got these guys right here. My mom was the type of lady, if she'd walk into anywhere, she would turn heads. And wow. I've got a little bit of that.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question for you is, what hurt your feelings?
I suffer from ADHD, so I don't know the exact term, but it's called rejection sensitivity disorder. So if someone doesn't explain to me the reason why something is no, or we can't do it, I can shut down pretty quick, because it's that rejection feeling. If somebody like my husband, he's getting really good at being able to explain to me why we can't do something. And once the explanation's out there, I'm good. I didn't know I had it, and I did. My aunt, Kimmy, she was very good at saying no, just flat out. And I didn't understand as a kid why it hurt me so bad to hear her say no. But then now that I know what rejection sensitivity is and ADHD, I know now what I'm dealing with. And it's her whole tone when she does it, because it's not just no, it's a flat out no. And those would just make me just curl up and shut down. And it's something I'm still dealing with. ADHD is a blessing and a curse in the same. It gives you OCD and the charm of 3. That's from the song's called ADHD, and it's the truth. Makes you very charming, very likable, but makes you feel like you're putting your foot in your mouth quite a bit.
When you think about yourself, Derrick, what's the best part of being you? What do you like the most about being Derrick?
Uh, my size. I like being a bigger 6'3" guy, especially being a gay male. A lot of men or Southern where I grow up think they can push me a certain way because I am gay, and so is my husband, obviously. So they think they can walk over us, or just because we are gay men, and I let them know real quick that I can drop the gay from that title real quick, and a man's there now, and my voice doesn't sound like it could, but if I get upset and like I'm really pushed to that point where I'm like raging out because someone just has pushed me there, I sound like, I don't know if you know Macho Man Randy Savage from, yeah, my voice gets that deep and I sound just like him. It's my husband's like, that's a dead ringer. Like,
Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me what do you like the most about your job? What's the biggest joy of it? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
With the MCM, like mid-century furniture restoration, I like taking a piece of something that's like people see like no value in, it's worthless, cleaning it up. And like I deliver a lot of these people, or a lot of these pieces I do, and then seeing how much someone enjoys something I found in the middle of, like I said, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm finding stuff in barns and, like the places a lot of people wouldn't want to go into to get these things, but it's a joy to me because it feels like I'm rescuing a piece that would otherwise be discarded. And I think it comes back to like my childhood, I think, is not like myself, but I see myself in some of these pieces that are like, thrown to the wayside sort of thing. Again, when you deal with parents that are very selfish because of their addictions, and I've forgiven my parents for everything because I've told myself I couldn't imagine being my mom looking the way she did, having 3 kids, and most of the men were after her because of her tits and her looks, not because she had, they didn't want to date her because of the baggage of 3 children. And I'll be honest, I was not a good kid. Like, especially, I was a good kid. I would just throw temper tantrums when when I knew what my mother was doing. I was a smart kid, and I was like, I know you're doing drugs, like at 8. So, I would throw she's going to get drugs tantrum. And that was again, when you're trying to not control necessarily, but you're trying to manipulate your parents' actions by stuff like that. It's a mental minefield, and mental mind almost sometimes. It's helped me be a good salesman, but it's damaged me in ways that I'm still trying to repair. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think all of us, we have those traumas in life growing up that sometimes takes time for us to heal it. Sometimes it's just a journey every single day, try to understand. Yeah, I see what I mean. Okay, next question is, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be?
It's something I've like thought about since it happened. My oldest brother passed away of a drug overdose when I was 14, so we're getting on 21 years now. When it first happened, that was like I wanted a miracle to happen. He wasn't fully dead. Like he was OD'd, he had brain damage, so he was on life support. So it was dealing with that too on top of everything. But yeah, that was like the one miracle I think I'd still ask for, like to this day, because it was my mom sort of went downhill after. I mean, it was her baby boy went downhill after that, especially into the drug use. She was trying to deal with the pain of it like everybody was. Me dealing with the pain was eating my emotions and feelings sort of thing, and that's why I was a heavier set teenager. Like the heaviest I was 360 pounds and a 44-inch waist. Wow. So this new thing of when you're that heavy, you almost feel invisible. And now that I'm skinny and got this, it's it's a different feeling when you're not so invisible anymore. You're like on everyone's, not everyone's radar, but I'm starting to realize I have a very mass broad appeal. I don't know what that is or why I have it, but because I mean, I look at myself, I know I'm an attractive man, but if I was to see myself walking down the road, I probably wouldn't be like, hey, sexy, what, kind of a deal. But I always had the thought that everyone is kind of attracted to the opposite of themselves. Like, I'm not necessarily attracted to guys with blue eyes, but I have blue eye, and I do like redheaded men, but they have to be like really redheaded. Like mine, the joke is that it's if you can tan and your hair isn't completely bright red, you're a day walker, as they say. But that's the joke. I definitely don't tan well, but I do tan. My dad is where I get my red hair. He was, have you ever seen the movie Easy Rider with the bandana and the really long hair? That was my dad in the 70s, bright red hair. So that's where I get my ginger from, is from that man.
Amazing. Good for you. It's good to be confident and feel good with yourself. I think it's a great feeling for sure.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Next question. Let's do it. Next question is, what makes you the happiest?
My husband.
Oh, sweet. Tell me, how did your paths crossed?
He was on the Scruff app, and he actually didn't even have a picture up. It just said he was 31 and he was a carpenter. That's all I had to hear. And then we met at the Hardee's parking lot there in Mount Vernon, of all places. Do your before I invite you over to my house sort of a thing. And we did that, and I invited him over to my apartment. We hung out for a while, and it was like, I think 2 weeks later, he was buying me a little miniature pinscher bulldog and telling me he loved me. So,
Sweet.
it's he had a ex that passed when he was going to school in Western Illinois that was a football player, and he's told me as much that I look and remind him a lot of him. So it's I dealt with like being like, is that the only reason you're with me? Because that reminds you of him. But it's he just told me it was easier, and it felt like it was meant to be if I was giving him those feelings. He died, his first true love like died in a car accident, and he was devastated, sort of thing, for years. And it's been hard for him to even share that kind of stuff with me. Like, again, we've been together for 11 years, but he just now shared that I looked so much like him. He didn't realize it until he actually saw a picture of the two of them together back in college. He's like, holy crap. And I saw it, and I was like, I mean, you take the beard off and you make the hair, it's buzzed. It's pretty close.
And why he makes, sorry.
Oh, sorry, you had.
No, and why he makes you the happiest?
I tell him all the time that when I'm on the road or whatever, like doing sales or anything, that he is at home and he has my heart. Because when I'm home, I mean, when everybody's home, you're yourself. And I tell him, like, not that I'm putting out a persona for everyone. That's not it. If they're my friends, they get the real me. If I meet guys from online, they're getting a persona. They're getting Daddy Derrick and not Derrick.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet. I have 3 questions left. Okay, let's do it. Hey, Derrick, next question is, tell us about your best vacation and why you consider that.
My past vacation.
Yeah, your best vacation, yeah.
I traveled a lot. I haven't traveled recently a whole lot. In my 20s, I was a travel bug. My favorite vacation we did, my friend worked for like Hyatt reservations, so we were able to get hotel rooms for like $50 that were $1,000 night, very expensive hotels. My favorite one, we went to LA, and that was my again, this was a while ago, but back then I was I've kind of fell more into the handsome vein. When I was younger, I was softer featured, and it was pretty. Like my husband described it as a pretty man. The Like I said, I've aged enough to kind of let the I don't know, more masculine features come out, sort of a thing. Because when I was younger, I looked a lot like my mother's, very not plump faced, but she's got these big old cheekbones right here. So yeah.
Oh, amazing. Very good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. This question is, do you consider yourself to be a spiritual person, and how?
I believe there's a higher power, but I was raised Southern Baptist, so they don't care too much for the gay community. I mean, every once in a while I'll catch myself like praying to God, but I wouldn't say I'm like super religious or anything like that. I had my time when I was younger, and then I would pray to God to help with things, and when things were just still a mess, you get angry because you're a kid. But not that I'm angry with God anymore. It's just I've learned that you have to start doing things for yourself, and can't just sit there and pray about it, as they say in the South. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like I said, I think there's a higher power, but I'm not gonna say it's God, or put a name to it, sort of thing. There's something out there, but it's just, who knows, sort of a thing. I know there's a bunch of different religions, and they all have their, like my dad researched a bunch of religions, and he's like, if you were to get into them, there are a lot of similar stories and things like that have been, you put through the same things. So yeah.
Yeah, I think being spiritual is it's very personal. As you said, you don't, you can call God, universe, you can call different names, but it's just about you, how you connect with life, and that makes you feel good. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to appreciate things more in life, just because I'm not I I hustle a lot, like doing, that's all, it's hustling, finding mid-century furniture that you find for $20 and selling it for 1,400 is a hustle. It's not something you can do every day. But I'd rather do stuff like that than go to like a 9 to 5 like that. I don't do routine very well. Like doing construction, you're in a lot of different people's houses, so it's not like it's the same cubicle every day. You meet people, and then once they find out you're gay, they want to ask you a bunch of interior design advice, but it's neither here nor there.
Amazing. Ready for the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Last question. Let's do it. Before the last question, as I could see your eyes shining when you talk about your husband, tell me what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from him so far?
The most beautiful lesson learned from my husband would be, he's made me feel more valued than anyone else. He's made me feel like I'm worth something. Honestly, more even than my own parents or my own family. Honestly, his parents treat me more like a child, like their child, than my own parents. It's not that I love his parents more, but I love his parents in the same way I would love my own parents, because they made me feel very just welcomed into their family. His nieces and nephews call me Uncle Derrick. It's heartwarming. It really is. And it's my husband, but it's also his whole family. Like, my husband didn't grow up the perfect life, but he grew up the childhood I wish I would have had, sort of a deal. He had both of his parents, stability. He's helped me forget my past and forget about it, and to focus on us and our future. And like I said, we've been, again, grinding and hustling for 11 years now. It's sometimes the way we grew up is so different. Like, he doesn't know about picking stuff off the trash. If it's something you want, and if it's sitting on the curb, it's free game, kind of a thing. But no, we're learning from each other, and that's like my favorite part about our relationship is he's learning how to pose in his pictures, like how I mean, because I mean, I'll do, one of these or whatever in a picture, and it's all about the angle. Let's be, honest. Once you find out what your angle is, you do it the best of your abilities. But no, it's just been the learning back and forth and just feeling that I know I have a home, kind of a thing to go back to. When you grow up in a lot of apartments and things like that, you don't have a stable home because it could be rent wasn't paid and out on the street. Our house is paid off. No one's coming to knock on our door. Kind of a thing. So it's that huge. I feel safe there. And he's very good at making me feel safe. That's for sure.
Oh, sweet. I can see him right now watching this interview and smiling with your beautiful words.
I will tell he was the driving force to kind of push me to do this interview.
Really?
He
Oh,
saw your
wow.
message and he said you have to do it. So he helps to
Oh,
get out of my comfort zone a lot. Like like a kid getting thrown into the deep end of a pool. He's like, you're not gonna die, just do it. So
what's his name? What's his name?
Jared Griffith. He's Jared and Derrick, that's our name. And it's people we look so similar, people think we're brothers, and that's really fun when your partner gets confused as your sibling. But it's just because we're two bearded, tall, good-looking carpenters. That's it. Finding out that's a lot of guys' fantasies to meet two bearded carpenters. I blame
Jared,
HGTV.
Jared, thanks so much for encourage Derrick for the interview. Thanks so much, okay? I hope you like the interview.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You'll love
Last
that.
last question is, who was your favorite teacher and why?
Favorite teacher and why? That would be Mrs. Mason from Mount Vernon High School because she saw something in my artwork that was good enough to push me to enter into a scholarship thing. And I won. And it was like
It's
that
amazing.
first sense of feeling like you have like some kind of value or worth, and not just in, your face or the rest of you. Kind of thing. Especially back then I wasn't looking like this, but it's nice to feel valued for something besides, what God gave you, sort of a thing.
Amazing, very good. So then, Jets, let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Oof. Sorry. The first thing that came to mind was security.
Okay?
Money equals, yeah.
Fear,
Pain,
life,
death,
love,
loss,
family,
I want to say loss again because just there's been a lot of
okay? Sex,
fun.
religion,
Meh. Yeah.
friendship,
Valuable.
politics,
Ouch.
desire,
Yes. The first 2 words, yes, please, was like the first 2 words that pop in my head when you hear desire. No,
okay?
yeah.
Regret,
Forgiveness.
success,
Sorry, what was that when you cut out?
success,
Independence.
wish,
Dream.
happiness.
Sadness.
One word for Illinois.
Isn't all of Illinois. It's my part of Illinois. Sad. Like we're talking Springfield down. Sad.
Okay? And the last one now, USA, one word. Oh dear. Right.
Yeah.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your husband for a coffee and I'm going to ask him, define Derrick in one positive word and one negative word only, what he would say.
Vibrant. I've definitely been described as the colorful part of his life because my husband's, again, I'm more out and open with things and loud, and my husband's a little more reserved. But that's why we work, as the saying goes, in every good relationship, there's one partner that's kind of boring and one partner's kind of crazy. I'm the crazy one.
And one negative word, what you would say?
Needy.
Oh,
Very needy.
sweet. It can be sweet as well when you're needy.
Well, yeah, I tell him it's like I'm needy because I need you, and that's.
Oh,
Mhm.
what's your star sign, astrology?
I'm a Leo,
Ah,
so
interesting.
I've got the big old mane.
Absolutely. Let's play now, Derrick and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Hey, Derrick from Illinois, you can ask me a question now.
My question to you is, out of all the men and boys on the internet, I was just wondering why you decided to message me to be on your show. It's just my burning question.
Because of when I saw your beautiful blue eyes, I was like, oh my God, I need to invite him.
I'm happy to hear that. I thought that was part of it, but no.
Right. So, Derrick, when I saw, your profile, like for no reason, I think, when I invite people here on the show, I just look a little bit into their profile because I like to get to know them through the interview. And for some reason, I just feel like, okay, I'm gonna invite this person. If this person say yes, amazing. If he says no, amazing as well. Not, it didn't meant to be. It didn't mean to be. So I believe that I think everyone is very interesting. You shared so much today about your life, and it's inspiring as well for you. You had a rough childhood, and now you are standing. As a beautiful man, full of energy, positivity, so proud of your husband and his family as well. Not just that, but also I'm proud about your family as well. I think everything happens for a reason. And, you are here now standing out and sharing that. And it's very inspiring for people to watch that because you never know. People, they might be, facing the same situation you faced in the past. And now you are here seeing someone talking so open about it. I think it's very inspiring and healing as well for you, for sure. And
Oh no, that's for sure. I do appreciate, and like I said, I watched some of the guys you've interviewed before, and they said you make you feel like just talking to an old friend, and that's for sure. And I'm pretty much an open book. Like, why keep myself hidden? And it's all part of me. It's the tapestry of who I am, as they say.
absolutely, absolutely, and people appreciate that. I think it's very inspiring to see someone talk very open about. I think it's all about as well. Sharing our challenges and knowing that we are vulnerable, and we go through up and down in our life like a roller coaster. But thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. We just made memories now. I'm so glad that you accept my invitation. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
A positive message I would just send out there for any heavy-set kid that's dealing with in your teenage years, and you think this is the rest of your life and you're going to be stuck like that. You're not. I mean, look at me. Who said my friends, when they see pictures of when I was a teenager, they don't even believe it's me. So, it's a hard road to go down. It's a lot of work, but you will make it to the other end. Like that's just, I know how hard it is to be heavy and not feel wanted or attracted. And I want to let them know that, yeah, you can do it. I've done it.
Absolutely. I think it's, when you are trapped in that, period of our lives, you think that's going to be that forever. It's not, there's so much life ahead, and, the best will come for sure. Thanks so much. Regards to your husband, to your friends, and we keep in touch. Okay. It was a pleasure. Okay, Derrick.
We sure will. I'm looking forward to it. You have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.